In JavaScript, a callback is a function that is passed as an argument to another function and is executed after the completion of that function's operation. Let's begin to understand it using code examples. Let's declare a function, called function1. We will pass this function to another function as a parameter. Inside this function, let's output to the console something like, inside function1. Let's declare another function, called function2. This function takes one parameter, which should be a function. Let's call it callback function. Within this function, we output to the console something like, inside function2, and then we call the function callback function, which we have received in the parameter. Let's call function2 and pass function1 as parameter to it. Now, let's run this code and see what happens. On the console, we can see inside function2 followed by inside function1, which means that function1 has been successfully called from function2. In JavaScript, a callback is a function passed as an argument to another function, designed to run later, usually after an asynchronous task or event finishes. So, in our example, function1 is the callback function which is passed to function2 and called later. Let's take a real-world scenario of callback usage. If we have to retrieve some data from the database, which is hosted on a server, we will have to make a call to the network. This will surely take some time. We have two approaches here. We can make a call to the database and wait for it to return the result. If the wait takes a few seconds, our code will be paused for that time. Otherwise, we can make a call to the database in a data fetching function and move on executing other parts of the code. We also pass a callback function to the data fetching function, and the data fetching function can run the callback function when the data is ready. The currently executing code will pause, and the callback function will be executed. We will receive the fetched data in the callback function and we can consume it as per our requirements. Let's see another example of a callback function. We have a well-known JavaScript built-in function which takes two parameters, the callback function and delay time. It is called the setTimeout function. It calls the callback function after the past delay time. Let's utilize this function in our code. In the current code, we are calling the callback function immediately. What if we would like to call this function after a certain time, say after 3 seconds? We can call the callback function after 3 seconds using the setTimeout function. Here, in this code, instead of calling callback function directly, we pass it to the setTimeout function as the first parameter. The second parameter takes the delay in milliseconds. To make a delay of 3 seconds, we will multiply 3 with 1000 milliseconds. Let's run this code and see what happens. We can see inside function2 on the console, then a delay of 3 seconds followed by inside function1. Hence, function1 has been called from the function2 after a delay of 3 seconds. Hope you liked the content. Please like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to support our channel. Thanks for being part of our journey.